All right, what's up, everyone? Trevor here. Oh, my beard's dripping. Just got out done with the shower. Beard's leaking a little bit. But so we're gonna jump in today, and I keep hearing, I don't know, recently seeing on like social media and stuff, a lot of like strength and conditioning coaches complaining and talking about how they're not personal trainers and who strength and conditioning is for and how it's so much different and not Fayed teacher. And again, a name is a name, whatever. If you're a coach, you're a coach. If you work in sports, great. If you work in the private sector, great. Whoever you work with, your goal should be to help those people in front of you. That's what my goal is. Whether it's a youth athlete, whether it's a older athlete, whether it's a old geezer looking to get able to get up the stairs again, whether it's a washed up, never was like myself, trying to be athletic. Your goal as a coach is to help that person or persons in front of you. It doesn't matter the name. And besides, strength and conditioning is a stupid name, I think, anyway. Because it's not just strength and conditioning. If all you're trying to do is get them stronger and get them more conditioned, are you really going to do that? I mean, yes, that's going to help them in those two aspects, but there's so much more to it. Because you are a personal trainer, you are a FIAD teacher. That's what it is. It's just these people get so obsessed and upset because they think they're so much higher than a FIAD teacher or a personal trainer. If you're a good coach, you're a good coach. It doesn't matter what your title is. Who cares? That's why I guess I use performance coach, but if you call me a personal trainer, that's fine. If you call me a strength and conditioning coach, that's fine. FIAD coach, FIAD teacher, that's fine because that's what I do. That's what I am. I incorporate aspects of all these things, and they're all the same anyway. We just get so we gotta have the status. These people have to have the status. They're so obsessed with the status of whatever this title says. It's like the doctors with all the letters after their names, or even the fitness people, whether it's a CSCS or whatever certification you got, or precision nutrition. And when I started out, I did all that stuff too. Who cares? If you're good at what you do, you're good at helping people. That's what it's all about. It doesn't matter what you're called. And again, the strength and conditioning is just I don't think it's a good name anyway, because like I mentioned, that's just two aspects: strength, getting stronger, and most of the time that's just lifting weights. Especially all the typical strength and conditioning coaches, and most typical strength and conditioning coaches only work on strength anyway. They're typically big fat guys are power lifters. That's what it is, and that's not. They're the ones that are. That's the way it's always been done. That's how we're gonna always do it. That's not a good coach. Most strength and conditioning coaches just do strength. Like I said, they skip the conditioning. Conditioning is important. You need to do cardio. You need to do the stuff to get the heart healthy. But personal trainers do that. FIAD teachers do that. So stop worrying about the name and start worrying about helping people. That's what I want to do. I want to help people, and I don't want to just do strength and conditioning with them. Yes, that is two aspects that we work on. I want to get people stronger because if you're weak, you're going to break. You're going to be less healthy. You're going to be obviously weaker, probably more prone to injury, probably get sicker, and more susceptible to all those things. So we want to be strong. Yes, we want to build strength. And we also want to have good conditioning. We want to have good cardio. We want to have a healthy heart. Healthy heart usually means a healthier life, less risk of heart disease, and less likely to be susceptible to all these diseases that you can get. Again, it's going to help you not necessarily directly fat loss, because that fat loss is going to be more with again, your nutrition, your sleep, all that stuff, your stress management. But training is going to help that. It's going to help you build the healthier body with a healthier heart with the heart, and then the strength training. If you're eating quality food, is going to help you build muscle, build that body, that leaner, more athletic body. Because no one's striving. I don't think anyone wants to strive. Should strive to be obese. But that's just the way the world we live in, especially in America. Most people are obese or overweight, and that's not healthy. And people get so offended by it. Well, don't be overweight. You can choose. You can work on this. Yes, it's not I'm not promoting quick fixes and all that garbage. Work at it. Take some time and start taking your health seriously, because you only have the one life. As far as we know, is there karma? Is there reincarnation? Who knows? Maybe, I don't know. But again, you have this one life. Why not make the most of it and make it the best, so you can do all the things you want, and not do it just out of wanting to avoid stuff. Do it because you want to do stuff. You want to do the things with your kids. You want to go on the vacations. You want to go to the beach and be able to take your shirt off. You want to be able to climb mountains or go biking, or just do athletic stuff as you get older. Whatever it is, just live life to the full. You want to be able to climb the stairs without worrying about tripping and falling, or being out of breath as you get to the top step, or hanging onto the railing for dear life. You don't want to have aches and pains and things when you're tying your shoes, or worried about blowing out a hamstring when you're putting your shirt on, or whatever, pulling your pants up. So it's about doing all these things for life. And again, strength and conditioning are just two aspects of it. We want to build speed. We want to build power. We want to have balance and coordination. We want to have spatial awareness, just be aware of our surroundings, whether it's you're just walking down the street and a cat or dog runs under your feet, so you're able to catch it and see it or whatnot, or you're driving and you got a motorcycle. Like I was just driving, I think I was driving to our baseball game on Friday, and these crotch rockets just came flying. They weren't even driving in the lanes; they were driving in the middle of the between the lanes and just weaving in and out of traffic. And like, you gotta have that peripheral vision, because not everyone has the little thing on the car that tells there's a blind spot warning. So you gotta have this different things. So these are things you can work on. And again, it's not just strength and conditioning. That's why I think strength and conditioning is a bad name, because if that's all you're working on, you're missing a lot of other things. And good coaches are going to work on all the other stuff. Yeah, you might have a couple coaches, one for nutrition, one for training, one for sleep, whatever it is, one for recovery, all these different things. But a good coach has some idea on all this stuff. Like, I like to work on all this stuff, the training, the nutrition, the sleep. And that's why I call it training, not just strength training or strength and conditioning, because we were training all this other stuff. I'm trying to think of other things I didn't talk about. So we had the coordination, power, speed, balance, that spatial awareness, the body control, just controlling your body through different movements, different ranges of motion, challenging yourself into being more mobility. Again, not just, strength training is mobility training, and it's just training. That's what it is. It's just training different aspects, different skills, different traits, characteristics that you can build off of. Again, thinking of yourself like a video game character. You're trying to build the best version of yourself. Boom, I want to add some muscle here, build some strength here, build some speed there, power here, awareness, different things like that. So you're just upgrading yourself little by little. And sometimes you're going to take a decrease and decline. But again, this is kind of just my thoughts on the whole strength and conditioning aspect of how these coaches are so obsessed with status, and they have to be called something so specific. Who cares? What the heck? Light just went out, but it doesn't really matter. It's all just training. It's all training to help people be better. Help yourself be a better human being. Not just physically either. Because, you can look great. How many bodybuilders look great? But how many of them are just garbage on the inside? I know I used to be. Because I wasn't taking care of myself. I was just training to train. And not following it up with sleeping and eating properly. And I went from being a fat turd to a skinny, low testosterone, lethargic loser. There we go, lethargic loser. I like that. But then now I got my testosterone done a few weeks back, and it's the highest it's ever been, without being on the stupid Clomid that I was on for a while. That just raised my testosterone, didn't make me feel any better. Now I feel good. I have energy. I'm I'm ready to go and I'm ready to train and ready to take on each day. Yeah, is every day great? No, it's just life. Sometimes you have aches and pains and you're tired and you don't sleep the best. But that's just the ups and downs. If it was straight up, we'd all be lifting 1,000,000 pounds and sprinting really fast and be ripped and jacked. No, it takes up and down. It takes time, and that's why I think you need to work on it and build off your best self, because we want this to be able to do these things for the rest of your life. It doesn't matter when you start; it's that you start. It doesn't matter how old you are, who you are. Strength and conditioning again. When I just want to say training, is for everyone. It's not just for the college athletes or the pro athletes. It's for everyone. Because I'm trying to train my 40-year-old clients. I'm giving them strength. I'm giving them conditioning. I'm giving them balance and power and speed and doing athletic movements and all these different things to work on these different traits and skills. But I'm also doing that with 60-year-old clients, and I'm doing it with 7-year-old clients, 10-year-old clients. The things might look a little different. The kids probably aren't lifting a ton of weights or anything like that. We're just doing a lot more games and stuff like that. But it's all doing the same type of thing. We have different ways, different tools to get to, what's the word I'm looking for? Different tools to get the results that we want for a different person. Because individualized it to each person, whether it's a 12-year-old kid or a 60-year-old grandpa. We're getting them different tools, what works best for them at that point, and then progressing as they progress and doing what they like and enjoy and what they can stick with and engage with and be intent and be consistent with, because it's not just strength and conditioning. And strength and conditioning is not just for athletes. It's for everyone. I don't care if your age, your gender, your race, your religion, whatever. It's for everyone, because it's not just strength and conditioning. It is training. It is movement. It is mobility. It is power. It is speed. It is performance. Because, yeah, maybe you're trying to perform in sports. That's great. Utilize your training to get you there and help you build those qualities outside of the on-field or on-court. Or maybe it's performance in your family life. You want to be able to chase the kids around, chase the grandkids around, take them to the park, walk. You want to be able to walk the dog. You want to be able to enjoy life and enjoy the little things in life that we take for granted. Getting up the stairs, tying your shoe, getting in and out of the shower, getting on and off the toilet, being able to do all this stuff without a ton of pain. Are you going to have some pains and aches and pains sometimes? Yes. That's what performance is. It's chasing and being longevity. Longevity training is kind of another thing too. And the wrap of that is you got to do easy things. No. Longevity training, you got to do hard things. You got to do athletic stuff. Sprint, jump, throw, crawl. Again, meet yourself where you're at. Lift heavy. Move weights fast. But again, challenge yourself, because I think I mentioned before, you're trying to avoid stuff. You're trying to avoid getting hurt. You're trying to avoid, you're doing it to try and avoid getting sick or whatever. That's usually what those things happen. Do it because you want to perform in life, in school, at work, on the field, on the court. So that's what it's about, performing in whatever aspect, in whatever venue of life or area of life you're at or in. It's about performing so you can perform all the everyday tasks you need, all the tasks at work, all the tasks for your family, all the tasks and skills in roles you play in sports. That's what it's about. It's about performing in that. And that's what training, good training can do. A good coach can help you with that. So again, I don't buy into having this certain name or a strength and conditioning coach is better than a FIAD teacher or a personal trainer. No, a good coach is a good coach. It doesn't matter what they call themselves. You don't even have to call me coach. I prefer to be just called by my name. It's kind of weird. I find it weird when somebody calls me coach. I have one client. He lives down the road. I see him all the time, driving by. He says, "Hey, coach." I mean, it's fine. It's just weird. It's like when I teach, people call him Mr. Gutting. I think that's weird too, because I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I assume Mr. would be an older an elder or someone you're talking to, like when me, I call like all my teachers or whatever that I had. But again, it's just weird. But you get used to it. I just prefer, you don't have to call me coach. You don't have to call me, just call me my name. That's fine. I don't care. I'm not going to get offended if you don't call me coach, or if you call me a strength coach, if you call me a personal trainer, if you call me a phy ed teacher, if you call me a performance coach. Fine. That's what I am. That's what I do. I help you perform better. I teach physical education to kids and adults. I am a personal trainer to kids and adults. I'm a strength and conditioning coach to kids and adults again. But it's more than just strength and conditioning. It's a lot of it's mindset too. It's not just the physical stuff. Yeah, work on that. And it's building those people up instead of not just breaking them down and tearing them apart. You got to help build people up too, whether that's the physical, the emotional, the mindset. We work on all that here at TAG, and I think every good coach does that in some way. They allow people to show empathy. You show empathy and you listen. I think that's one of the best skills. Most coaches talk too much. Like, I'm 16 minutes in on this and talking and talking and talking. But when I'm coaching, I don't talk all the time. Like today, yes, I had to keep the boys on task, because when you get elementary school boys together, they like to get their hands on every little thing and get distracted very easily. But again, a lot of times just give them a task, let them solve that task, whether it's a kid, whether it's an adult. Let them learn to move. You don't have to cue everything. You don't have to be right on top of them and go, oh, you got to move your knee this much. You got to grip, tilt your toe that much, or you got to squeeze your abs that much. Let them do something and then coach them up a little bit. Again, everyone's going to be different. Every person you work with is different. And you got to figure that out and kind of meet each person where they're at, figure out how they need to be coached, what motivates them, what drives them, those types of things. Some people need more yelling, some people need more just hands off. So again, that's what it's about. And again, the main point was that it's not just strength and conditioning, because that's two things, strength and conditioning. And again, most strength and conditioning coaches don't do any conditioning. And conditioning is different, many different things. There's many different ways. And I just made another video, one of my workouts, I was talking about how people make conditioning or cardio too confusing with all the heart rates and zones and things like that. But that's a whole nother story. But again, strength and conditioning is not enough. And if that's all you're doing, that's fine. But that's not what I do here. It's strength and conditioning and speed and power and mindset and nutrition and sleep and putting all the Lego pieces together to help you build your best self. And that's what it's all about. To help you be athletic for life and live the best life possible. And it's not just one or two things. It's not just a name. It's about it. It's about performing in life and being able to enjoy your life and do everything in life you want. So let's build that best Lego. Let's build that Lego set. Let's build your Lego set. Let's put all those puzzle pieces together and help you get to where you want to be, but not jumping all the way ahead. We'll start where you're at and meet you there. So if you're ready to get going, let me know. Otherwise, subscribe to my page, like my video, guys. I don't get a ton of views and things like that. Maybe because I'm so boring and ugly and no one wants to look at this bald shiny head all the time. But again, I think I put out some decent content, and hopefully it helps. If it can help one person, that's what it's all about. So thanks for watching, guys, and we will talk to you again soon.